Hello, I'm Jonathan, and welcome to the Tamworth FC Social, a podcast all about Tamworth Football Club. Is it now a question of when, not if, Tamworth will win the title? I'm joined by Brett and Graham, and we'll be discussing the title race, looking back on the Lambs' last two away trips, and previewing Saturday's home game against Chester. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media at TFC Social Pod. You can click subscribe below this video and switch notifications on to be updated when we upload new episodes. So, chaps, you both predicted Tamworth wins in the away trip to Gloucester City. A late winning goal in that game, but that is just what good teams do, isn't it, Brett?
Yeah, I think obviously we weren't playing well. Yeah, when we went a goal down, they had a goal disallowed as well. I thought the team selection was a bit surprising. But as you said, it's a sign of a really good team when you know when they're your best and you still get a result.
Graham, you praised Ben Milnes in a recent episode about as he was seemingly at the heart of the win, really. A goal and then the assist for Creaney's winner. How impressed were you with the result?
Hearing the performance and what was going on in the game, it sounds like we didn't play that well, by the sounds of it. We started the game quite well, and then Gloucester came into it, and fair play to them. They're battling down there. They had a terrible result on Saturday, so I suppose they had something to prove. And yeah, I think in the end, it's a very, very, very good 3 points, just with the circumstances of it. And Ben Milnes, he's vital. He's vital to what we've been about all season. And yeah, I think we've missed him when we didn't have him in the last couple of weeks. When he came back in for the Blythe Spartans game, he was the difference really for me in that midfield. He gives us the energy, and he connects things up from defence to midfield to attack. So yeah, he's come up with a few of those types of goals this season, kind of more opportunist strikes just when you need it. So yeah, really, I'm pleased for him as well. Pleased for him that he's got that goal. But what a win, really. Those type of wins always feel better than the ones where you almost get a 3-0, because they could have well come away from that game with absolutely nothing, and they probably would have deserved to have come away with nothing. But to do that is the sign of a very, well, we've been saying it all season. When they don't play well, they still manage to get something out of a game, and they deserve to be where they are.
I agree completely on Milnes. I think absolute linchpin, particularly since Jealous has gone as well. He's he's the link between the back and the front, and I'm glad that he got his goal as well. Well taken goal as well. Created that himself.
He's proper stepped up, hasn't he? That's what I think since Jealous has left. He was always, I think he's always been one of our best players, but now he's sort of in that limelight because Jealous has gone. He's definitely, to me, he's probably the first name down the team sheet. Big call that, but I would say based on his impact of the last few games.
Before the win at Gloucester, Tamworth beat Scarborough Athletic away on Saturday. Graham, you were there, and I believe you met the main man, Andy Peakes.
Yeah, certainly did. I say I certainly did. It was my dad that met him, really. We went for breakfast, and I was waiting for my dad to because he went up and ordered food, and I thought, hang on, that's Andy Peakes ordering his grub, and I didn't know if my dad had even spotted it, so I came back, and then my dad just a big smile on his face, and he said, "Yeah, I've just been having a chat with Andy Peakes, and yeah, he's with his family. I think he stayed up there, which is similar to what we did, and then shook his hand at the end, and I think my dad made a bit of a mention of the podcast as well, so nice little plug there. I heard him say in the interview it's good that, you know, it's 181 people that went to the game. Obviously, that is a long old trip from Tamworth. So yeah, I think looks like his his family had a good weekend there. So yeah, that was good. But I think in terms of the game, we were very solid. It was a typical away performance again. Typical of the away performances we've had this season. It was a little bit scrappy at times. I thought Scarborough were a decent team. They tried to play football the right way, but they just wouldn't. They almost were never going to get past our defence. There was a couple of moments, but I mean, we had the better chances. We hit the post in the first half, and we had it was Chris Ray's shot that went just wide, which would have been a brilliant goal, to be honest. And the goal that we got was pretty scrappy, if I'm honest. But they all count. You never thought Scarborough would score, really. Tamworth were very, very solid, and it was, like I say, another good away performance and typical of what we've done all season. So credit to them for that. And as always, they all worked their socks off and put in a shift. And again, Ben Mills was class. Biggest fanboy here of Ben Mills, I think. And Chris Ray as well, especially, was very, very good. But yeah, it was a pretty good all-round team performance, to be honest.
It's another game where Tamworth have just got the job done. I know the goal was maybe not, the prettiest that they will have scored this season, but if that doesn't go in, I would probably back Tamworth to get a goal from somewhere, because I know I've said it already this episode, but it is just what good teams do. You do what is required, and then you see the win out, don't you? And it's how you win things. And if Tamworth can keep doing that for the remaining 7 games, then we'll be very happy.
When I was watching it, I said to my dad, I said, we'll score. We will score one way or another. Yeah, I can see it, but it's just where it was going to come from. I knew it would probably be scrappy, but I knew we'd score.
We'll have more on it later in the episode, chaps, but I believe one of you might have got the prediction correct for the Scarborough result, but I couldn't possibly say more at this stage. Given how the league table is now looking then, Tamworth 15 points clear. I know Scunthorpe have got a game in hand. I'm expecting you both will agree with me on this. It is surely a case of when and not if Tamworth seal the title now. That surely this is going to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, we need, 11 more points? I think it is, to be there. And that's obviously assuming that everyone else keeps winning. So we just need to enjoy what's left of the season, because we're there, aren't we, really? I don't want to be, too cocky about it, but even Burton couldn't blow it from this stage.
Are you of a similar thinking, Graham, that this will happen? It's just a case of when now?
Yeah, I believe so. I think if we win on Saturday, then it's to me, it's secured then. We're 15 points clear. We're just very, very solid. If we don't win, then we make sure we don't lose, basically. And I think that's the stance, been the stance all season. So I'm confident we'll see it through. There's 7 games left now, isn't it? So it's a fantastic position to be in. It does amaze when you see that table, 15 points clear. It's incredible, really. So I think, to answer your question, yeah, I believe we will do it.
If we beat Chester on Saturday, obviously, I mean, Chester have bringing 800 fans with them or something. I think they've already sold their allocation out or something that I've seen. Obviously, there'll be a massive home following as well for that game. If we win against that, what amazing momentum that then takes us into the Kings Lynn game on the telly. That could be another great performance for us, a great occasion for us. Never mind performance, it could be another great occasion for us. Nice rivalry with Kings Lynn, do them in their own backyard, and then literally, what is it then? Then Bishop Stortford on Good Friday. They could be relegated by Good Friday. They're that poor. And then you beat them. I think then we would just need the 1 point against Brackley on the bank holiday Monday. Disappointing we wouldn't be able to do against Bishop Stortford on the Good Friday. I mean, we can, obviously, if Scunthorpe and Chorley don't end up obviously getting the results that they need. But, I mean, what a Good Friday that would be. It'd be even nicer if we could do it against Bishop Stortford because it'd be nice to win the league at home.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I still can see Scunthorpe Chorley dropping points, to be honest. I don't think they will. I don't know about Scott. I don't think Scunthorpe will on Saturday. They've got Banbury in there in 3-4, but still can see them. Still see them dropping points. So
they've both lost 2 of their last 5, so it's very possible.
Yeah. I think with Chorley, I think they've had a lot of they've been doing a lot of Tuesday, Saturdays. I don't think they've got a big squad at all, so it's probably taking a toll on them a little bit. We've kind of got a bit of freshness again in our squad now, so we've had players coming back from injury and so many options. You can mix it up so with whatever. You looked at the bench on Tuesday night and you're like, to be fair, you'd think most of them would have been starting. So I think we're in a very strong position.
I make it that 3 wins and a draw would mathematically seal the title for Tamworth, but obviously, Brett, like you say, could be less that's required if likes of Scunthorpe would probably drop points. I'd like you to both give the game you think Tamworth will mathematically seal the title. Brett, would you like to go first?
Bishop Stortford. However, I would really, really love it if it was Brackley because I'm unlikely to get to the Bishop Stortford game because of work.
I'm sort of being a bit more pessimistic as usual. I suppose I'd probably like it to be. I also think being realistic, probably the Warrington game on the 6th of April at home.
Are you off your head?
Being realistic and pessimistic, I hope we win it before then. I really do. But I'm just kind of cautious with worst case scenario, shall we say. But any case scenario is good, really. So
worst case scenario, Graham, 15 points clear.
No, well, yeah, just being cautious. It's just you just don't know, do you? But I'd love us to wrap it up by the Bishop Stortford game. Absolutely, I would. But let's just go with Warrington. To act on that air of caution.
I think the worst case scenario, Brackley, and that's the realistic one.
Look, you got Chester and Brackley. Chester, they're one of the only teams that have beaten us this season. They're a good team when on the day. They've got their better results against the bigger teams. And Brackley, I still think they were one of my favourites to go up. And again, on their day, they'll be at home. They might. You don't know, do you? I'm just acting with an air of caution. When I saw those 2 games, Chester and Brackley, I thought they're the ones that are going to be tricky. But I hope we completely blow them both away.
And just a follow-up question. Tamworth could mathematically reach 100 points. Is it likely?
Yes, absolutely. I don't think we'll lose. I think if we beat Chester on Saturday, I don't think we'll lose another game. I can't see us dropping many more points either.
I would agree with you on that. I said earlier, I think if we win that game on Saturday, the momentum of the crowd and everything there, and I just think that then just seals it completely for us. We're 95% there already, but that just seals the deal, doesn't it? Really, and that probably be in agreement that we could actually. Yeah, could get to that points total. And how amazing would that be if we did do that? That would just be incredible. We've literally walked this league then if we do that. We've walked this league. We took the mick, really. I think we took the mick all season because we've basically just rolled over teams or grinded out results. And there's been we've had so much backlash from some of the so-called bigger clubs in the league about our style of play or this and that. And it's all just sour grapes and bitterness.
It would have to go down as an all-time great season, right? If Tamworth did win the title with 100 points, I can't think. Obviously, there have been seasons in the division above that were memorable for cup runs or for whatever else. But This is like a one for the ages if it happens. 100 points.
I don't know what we did last time. I can't remember when was the last time we reached 100 points in a league. Might be like this Southern League Midland Division in like 96, 97. I think that was one where we won it by like 21 points or something. But yeah, I don't think we did. We weren't this far ahead last time we were in this league when we won it.
96, 97 must have been up there because there was 30 wins, 7 draws and 3 defeats. And they won Tamworth won the league that year. So that that'd be 97 points, wouldn't it? So that's not far off. Looking to the Chester game then, a couple of quite interesting stats and some surprising ones actually. So Chester lost their last game, and that was 1-0 at home to Southport on Tuesday. I think that's a bit of a shock given the respective league positions of the two sides. Chester's last win was 6 matches ago at Farsley. They've had 4 draws in their last 5 games, and they've drawn 7 of their last 10. They've got the joint most draws in the National League North, 13, and Farsley and King's Lynn have also drawn 13. But then they've got the second best defence in the league with only 29 goals conceded, and Tamworth, of course, the best defence. Is it just me, or does this maybe have a whiff of a 0-0 about it?
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth a little bit. It does have a whiff of a 0-0. I've been following Chester the last couple of weeks, and there's a big wave of expectation with them. A bit like Scunthorpe when they have a couple of bad results. It's all doom and gloom. They had quite a good spell coming up to Christmas, which got them sort of where they are now. They obviously beat us as well on the way to that. They don't travel well. They don't concede a lot, but they don't score a lot either. So on the basis of that, yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be a tight game probably. You'd expect it to be 1 goal odd here or there, or maybe a 0-0 based on that. And to be honest, I'd probably take a draw from it based on the team that Chester got, and I think they'll raise their game as well. However, I think it's probably the best time to play them because they have been on such a poor run. They had a bad result on Tuesday night as well. So, yeah, I don't think it's a bad time to play them, and we're in the form we're in. I don't think the result when they beat us really has any sort of impact on what this game's going to be like. So, yeah, we're at home, we've got all the crowd behind us, and we can go and do our thing.
Before Tamworth wins against Scarborough and Gloucester, I'd had this down as a must not lose for Tamworth, but I'm not even sure that's still the case, given Tamworth have picked up 6 points in the last 2. What do you think?
I don't think any game now is a must not lose. I don't think we need to go into any of the last 7 games and think we must not lose this, other than Kingsland on the telly, because I suppose that could do a bit of psychological damage. But I think other than that, I don't really think the pressure is really on us now. I think that win against Gloucester and the way that we did it has taken so much pressure off us. And just before we do go onto the Kings Lynn game, our record on the TV is really, really poor. I think we've only won once every time we've been on the TV. I think we've won up, I think we've lost all the others. We've only beat Forest Green Rovers, lost to Norwich, lost to Crawley.
Time for predictions then. And a reminder, as always, in our predictions mini league, you get 1 point for a correct result and 3 points for a correct scoreline. Last time, you both thought Tamworth would win their matches at Scarborough and Gloucester. Starting with Scarborough, Graham, you thought the result would be 2-1, so that's just the 1 point for you. But Brett, or should I call him Mystic Meg, correctly predicted the 1-0 win and a much needed 3 points in the predictions mini league. Gloucester, Graham, you thought Tamworth would win 2-0, and Brett, you said 3-0. So a point apiece in that one, as it of course ended 2-1. This means that Graham, you move up to 20 points, and Brett also moves up to 20 points. It is all to play for as Tamworth season enters its final stretch. What I need to know now from you both are your predictions for Chester at home. I will start with you, Brett.
I will go for a 2-1 win.
Yes, tighten up predictions league. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 to Tamworth.
Just to say, Graham, you don't think we're going to win the league until Warrington, but you think we're going to win against Chester also?
Yeah, what I'm just playing devil's advocate, that's all myself, really, more than anything. So I don't want it to be. I want us to win the league before that, but these are Chester and Bratley are the two games that I worry about, but we should win based on the current form.
We'll leave it there for this episode of the Tamworth FC Social. Thank you very much for listening. You can follow us on social media at TSC Social Pod. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button below this video and turning on video notifications. Until next time, goodbye.